Hello everyone. I will be informing you all about the three main types of animal abuse that are most recognized in today's society. One is puppy mills, two is dog fighting, and the third one is animal hoarding. Without further ado, I will be informing you guys of the cold hard facts about animal abuse. 1. The most known type of animal abuse is puppies at puppy mills. According to ASPCA, a puppy mill is defined as a large-scale commercial dog breeding operation that places profit over the well-being of its dogs, who are often severely neglected and act without regard to responsible breeding practices. Puppy mills, in a definition that you all can understand, is these large breeding facilities that have different types of dog breeds, and they force them to have sex with each other, so we can have dogs such as a golden retriever mixed with a poodle, or just other dog types mixed with each other that wouldn't normally want to naturally reproduce with each other. There are very many laws against commercial breeding. And Missouri, among the nation, is the worst place for puppy mills. We hold 24 of the 100 puppy mills that are in Missouri. Dogfighting is the second most known type of animal abuse. Dogfighting is pretty explainable. They have these dogs that fight with each other, and they take them either for money or for entertainment purposes. There are different levels of dogfighting. 1. In the street, they have street corners, back alleys, and playgrounds. This is spontaneous and simple taught. The goal is to kill the other dog. The second one is hobbyist. This is an organized, one or more dogs for entertainment and income purposes. These people travel across state lines for events and usually are getting money out of it. The third most known type is the professional. This has large numbers of animals. They earn money from breeding, selling, and fighting on location. Then they dispose of the weak animals that cannot no longer fight. In most cases, they just shoot them and leave them on the street corners. So this is very inhumane and just not right. The most known breeds of dogs that are used in dogfighting are the Fila Brasileiro, the Dogo Argentino, the Tosa Inu, and the Presa Canario. And of course, America's choice, the Bulldog. You're probably wondering how these dogs are raised and trained. They have to be isolated. They also have to have heavy chains on them, work on treadmills, have antibiotic steroids injected into them, and have narcotics, so then that makes them aggressive and want to hurt and kill the other dogs. Street fighters rely on cruel and cheap methods such as starvation, physical abuse, isolation, and stimulants to make these dogs be mean to the other dogs and want to kill the other dogs. The last most known type of animal abuse is animal hoarding. And according to the Hoarding of Animals Research Continuum, animal hoarding can be defined as a complex animal cruelty issue, mental health, and public safety as well. Cruel conditions, tight spaces, and little to no food is what these hoarding facilities consist of. These facilities have more than the regular number of animals, and they are all put in small cages and fed little to no water. They also do not meet the standards of nutrition, sanitation, shelter, and vet care, because the owners of these pets either don't care to give them vet care or food or anything, or they just don't want to spend money on them. This gives them denial of the inability to provide minimum care and attention for these pets. These people usually have mental issues, which makes them think that they're taking care of these animals, but when in reality, they aren't. There are very many different laws against animal hoarders, but obviously most people don't care for these laws, or they are too in denial with the fact that they can't take care of them, and they just think that they can have a lot of dogs. According to the Humane Society, these animals suffer extreme neglect and isolation. They are not given the amount of care that they need or attention that they need to be able to survive. The results are death, dehydration, starvation, and anxiety. The people who are convicted of animal hoarding are usually having to serve 2 years in county jail, at least. Depending on the physical and mental health of the animals that were reported, sometimes they don't make it after being rescued, which means they have to put them down or they're already too dead to even function, which is horrible. We all need to come together as one nation to stop all this animal abuse. Thank you all for coming.